Do party people? It's Chaz here with yet another Geeks Who Drink pub quiz. And you know what I did not do? I won't tell you what I didn't do. But anyway, how you living out there? Happy belated Father's Day to all of the dads and daddies out there. You know who you are. And you know, we're just gonna be here and do this thing as we do every week here on the Twitch. All right, and I wonder if Jerry is in the audience because I gotta wish him either a happy birthday or happy belated birthday. Because I see Jerry. Happy belated birthday, Jerry. Because you're always greatest people's quizzes and stuff, which is really cool. So alrighty. When's everyone drinking out there today? I am just drinking a regular old gin mule right here that I just made for myself. Got some Goslin, got some lime juice, and some Hendrix gin. So ooh, Mike's Hard Green Lemonade. That sounds good. All right, let me see. Let me catch up on some things. Put that mic inside your mouth. Well, oh no, stop. No. All right, folks. Let me see. Alrighty, y'all. Let's like we got see some. Oh yeah, Michael was on Wheel of Fortune. I still need to actually see that episode, but I heard that he did well, and they brought him back for a second time too. So, hey, drinking apple cider. That's what I'm talking about. I love a good apple cider. All right. So, if you are ready for the quiz, put "Let's go" in the chat, and we'll head into round number one. All right, I like it. Let's go. All right, round number one is called Phenomenal Cosmic Power, but without the itty bitty living space. It's a round on the cosmos and people and things with Cosmo names. Alrighty, folks, for question number one, FX's Shogun stars Cosmo Jarvis as a fish out of water Englishman in what Asian island nation? Yeah, it's good to see everybody. We see Jerfed, we see the Great Gabo, see Metal Yoga Head, Sovos, and see some new people too. So cool. Glad you'll come out every week for our pub quiz game on the internet. Alrighty, folks, we're going to move on over to question number two. A spacecraft named Juice is currently hunting for water on Ganymede, Europa, and Callisto, three icy moons of what giantest gas giant? I feel like this music right now is going a lot harder than Geeks Who Drink music used to go. Yeah, Metal Yoga Head. Yeah, I feel you. It feels very headbangy. I like it. Okay, moving on to question number three. A fun way to prevent UTIs, a cosmopolitan gets its pretty pink hue from what fruit juice? We're gonna fight some Power Rangers baddies to this. Yes. It's morphin' time. I swear I haven't grown up. I still have daydreams about being a Power Ranger. Like, it's just now that I have adult money, I should maybe. What I really want is a one of their Megazord toys, like maybe the original Megazord toy, or just any Megazord toy that I could just put together. Not too late to become a Power Ranger. I don't know about that. My back hurts. Like I'm almost 40. It could be in my head, but I mean I could write like fan fiction or whatever. But that's probably the closest I'll come to being a Power Ranger. Alrighty. Do I mean Voltron? I mean both. I mean both. Like I had a bunch of Voltron toys as a kid, and I also had Power Rangers toys as a kid. But I mean Voltron, yes. But I digress. Moving on to question number four of round number one: phenomenal cosmic power. Speaking of fruit, backed by a $10 million marketing campaign for its 2019 release, the Cosmic Crisp is a hybrid of Honeycrisp and Enterprise what? Personal transport Voltron. I mean, yeah, I'm sad that I missed that they actually released Voltron toys back when Netflix had their Voltron show coming out. Um Never say never, Chaz. It's not like Power Rangers are real. That's true. That's true. Fair. Fair. Like I could just be a mentor type, but I don't know. I still look like a child to some people, so I guess I could play a 25-year-old if I wanted to. Not that I'd want to. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, Dino Fury's Red Ranger was born in 1987. Okay. Okay. Maybe there is hope. Maybe there is hope. Let's jump into question number 5. Though they're way smaller than even Pluto, Orcus and Gong are likewise classified as what planets? Hey, heck yeah, Don Rico Suave. Like there's a couple of YouTubers I watch that go into like Power Rangers stuff, and I haven't watched any of. Well, I did watch Cosmic Fury, which was fine, but it was only like 10 episodes on Netflix, and I just like how silly it is. So I don't know. I don't know. Power Rangers still has a place in my heart. There is that new fighting game for Power Rangers that's coming out, and I have the same feelings as I did about like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game before it released. Like I wasn't really fond of the art style, but ended up liking the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, so maybe I'll like this one too. I don't know. Anywho, moving on to question number 6. Timmy asks Cosmo and Wanda for obtuse rubber goose green moose guava juice in the intro to what Nickelodeon cartoon that just launched its New Wish series? Oh yeah, seeing like Power Rangers Once and Forever, that was cool. Like, I mean, I wasn't that into it. Like it would, but it felt as hokey and as quote unquote low budget as the original did, so it was fine. And then I like that they put Trini's daughter in there because Trini is no longer with us, so that was cool. I liked it. Oh wait a second, did Super Sentai end in Japan? Oh man. Well, they could just, I don't know. Well, I guess because they still have like Kamen Rider, but I don't know if they stopped doing Kamen Rider, but they have all the old Kamen Rider stuff, so you probably have to up-res it and everything, so I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, moving on to our penultimate question of round number 1. Our nearest neighbor galaxy shares what name with a Mass Effect game, a Gene Roddenberry series, and a Greek princess who got chained to a rock? And speaking of Greek princesses, is anybody playing Hades 2 early edition? Because I've been playing that way too much, but I love it. So if you are also geeking out on the early access of Hades 2, let me know. And while you do that, we'll head into question number 8, your final regulation question of round number 1. Referencing a catchphrase Carl probably never said, a jokey unit of measurement is equal to 4 billion as what name? Jerfad, you refuse. Let me see. They out of Japanese shit to rip off because there aren't more Power Rangers coming. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know if early access is a scam per se. Like I mean, I don't know. I guess I have a bias because I went to school for game design and I know how costly and expensive it costs for games to make. So as long as you know you're not getting 100% completed game, um, and you know that getting into early access helps them get the money they need to complete it, and you can also have a positive impact for the future end users, I don't think it's a scam. Like, especially not with Hades 2. Hades 2 feels like a very complete game, even if not all the art assets are there, and not every single playable region is complete. Like, it's still a good game, even though it's not done. So I don't know. This is my, if you're thinking about getting it before early access, like early access Hades 2 slaps. Anyway, moving on to your bonus question of round number 1. Estee Lauder, Kevin Aucoin, and Kim Kimball aren't cosmologists. They are what similarly named profession that makes you look pretty. Let's head into your answers for round number 1. Phenomenal cosmic power. For question number 1, FX's Shogun stars Cosmo Jarvis as a fish out of water Englishman in Japan. For question number 2, a spacecraft named Juice is currently hunting for water on Ganymede, Europa, and Callisto, 3 icy moons of Jupiter. Question number 3, a fun way to prevent UTIs, a Cosmopolitan gets its pretty pink hue from a cranberry juice. For question number 4, speaking of fruit, backed by a $10 million marketing campaign for its 2019 release, the Cosmic Crisp is a hybrid of Honeycrisp and Enterprise apples. Question number 5, even though they're way smaller than Pluto, Orcus and Gong Gong are likewise classified as dwarf planets. For question number 6, Timmy asks Cosmo and Wanda for obtuse rubber goose green moose guava juice in the intro to The Fairly Odd Parents. And question number 7, our nearest neighbor galaxy shares what name with a Mass Effect game, a Gene Roddenberry series, and a Greek princess who got chained to a rock that is Andromeda. Finally, question number 8, referencing a catchphrase Carl probably never said, a jokey unit of measurement equal to 4 billion has the name of Sagan because of his billions and billions. Which I don't know if it was in like that documentary, The Pale Blue Dot, but maybe. Alrighty, and hopefully you've gotten all your submissions in. Your bonus question once again is Estee Lauder, Kevin Aucoin, and Kim Kimball aren't cosmologists, but they're what similarly named profession that makes you look pretty, that is cosmetologist. Round number 2 is called No Drought because it's a world day to combat desertification and drought. And the song titles in this round here to join the fight. Name these titles and artists as usual.
Taken away to the dark side, I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I got money in the bank, I be in the great Cadillac. We in the bed like, we in the bed like, light me up inside like the 4th of July. Whenever you're around, I always seem to smile. And people ask me how. Well, you're the reason why I'm dancing in the mirror and singing in.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular, that was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon.
Told me you love me, why did you leave me all alone? All alone. Tell me you need me, can you call me on the phone? Call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse, you must have me confused with some other guy. Not like them, baby, bridges go burn. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast.
It requires a dedication. All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other.
Taken away to the dark side, I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I got money in the bank, I be in the great Cadillac. We in the bed like, we in the bed like, I can feel it on my skin. It's coming down on me. Teardrops on my face. Water like misery. Let it wash away my sins. It's coming down on me. Let it wash away. I'd rather be drunk, but at least I'm alive. You light me up inside like the 4th of July. Whenever you're around, I always seem to smile. And people ask me how. Well, you're the reason why I'm dancing in the mirror and singing in.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular, that was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon.
Told me you love me, why did you leave me all alone? All alone. Tell me you need me, can you call me on the phone? Call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse, you must have me confused with some other guy. Not like them, baby, bridges go burn.
Well, all right, here are your answers for round number 2. All right, number 1 is Waterfalls by TLC. Let's see. Number 2 is Islands in the Stream by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. Number 3 is Riptide by Vance Joy. Number 4 is Buy You a Drink, Shorty Snappin' by T-Pain featuring Young Jock. Number 5 is Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. Number 6 is Shower by Becky G. Number 7 is Swimming Pools Drank by Kendrick Lamar. And number 8 is Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake. Alrighty, folks, we're moving on to round number 3 called Father Figures. So we totally spaced on Father's Day yesterday, but we're going to make it out to our pops by scrapping together this multiple choice round on dads and scripture. Alrighty, for question number 1. Before it got that green patina, what color was the Statue of Liberty? Brown or white? Moving on to question number 2. Which president's kid lived with them in the White House? Bill Clinton or Ronald Reagan? And now to move on to question number 3. An amiibo is a little toy you can buy to unlock goodies on which gaming console? Switch or Xbox? You spell moop backwards, it spells poop. Ha. And for question number 4 on Father Figures round number 3. Dear Theodosia is a song sung to two babies by their dads in which Broadway musical? 1776 or Hamilton? For question number 5, a statue of Bobby Orr in mid-leap stands outside the arena for which NHL team? Bruins or Red Wings? For question number 7, tell me who played the title role in the 2022 reboot of Father of the Bride? Emilio Estevez or Andy Garcia? As for your penultimate question of round number 3, father figures. In Greek myth, who fell in love with a statue he carved, Perseus or Pygmalion? And for your final question of round number 3, not including the bonus, on that one kids show, Bluey's dad Bandit has what pretty cool job, archaeologist or architect? And finally, your bonus question of round number 3. Your question is the following. A statue of Father Damien, who spent his life working with lepers on the island of Molokai, is in front of the state capitol building in what city? Your bonus question once again, a statue of Father Damien, who spent his life working with lepers on the island of Molokai, is in front of the state capitol building in what city? It looks like we got a bunch of answers submitted, so let's boogie on bounce over to your answers for round number 3. For question number 1, before it got that green patina, the color of the Statue of Liberty was brown because it was made of copper. For question number 2, the president's kid who lived with them in the White House is Bill Clinton. I remember growing up and hearing about Chelsea being a kid and then a teenager in the White House. It was kind of cool. For question number 3, an amiibo is a little toy you can buy to unlock goodies on which gaming console? That would be the Nintendo Switch. For question number 4, Dear Theodosia is a song sung to 2 babies by their dads in the Broadway musical Hamilton. For question number 5, a statue of Bobby Orr in mid-leap stands outside which arena? Outside the arena for which NHL team? That would be the Bruins. For question number 6, who played the title role of the 2022 reboot of Father of the Bride? That would be Andy Garcia. And for question number 7, in Greek myth, who fell in love with a statue he carved? That would be Pygmalion. And question number 8, on that one kid show, Bluey's dad Bandit has what pretty cool job? That would be archaeologist, because he loves to dig up bones, you see. Very fitting for a dog. Alrighty, and moving back over to your bonus question one more time. A statue of Father Damien, who spent his life working with lepers on the island of Molokai, is in front of the state capitol building in Honolulu, Hawaii. All right, please excuse my American ass for these pronunciations throughout this round, but round number 4 is called Out of Africa because we're wishing a happy 45th birthday to Ugandan activist Frank Mugisha, and in his honor, it's a round on other LGBTQIA plus Africans. All right, for question number 1, Frank Mugisha and author Benyagavnia Wainania have both made what red bordered magazine's 100 most influential list? Moving on to question number 2. With the prints still available on aperture.org, Nigerian Rotimi Afani Coyote was known for exploring queerness using what artistic medium? Moving on over to question number 3. The first out black lesbian to direct a feature film, Liberian-born Cheryl Dunye, has lately been behind the camera for what steamy Shondaland period piece? And you passed the salt and leopard. That's funny. All right, I was like, you know what? My ignorant child stuff used to think that people with vitiligo and those were leprosy were the same thing because I thought it was like more about like having spots because a leopard has spots, right? I know I was wrong in that thinking now, but my dumb child brain didn't know that. All right, let me just make sure I get clear on these pronunciations and we can move on over to question number 4. Okay, moving on to question number 4. In 2020, South Sudanese supermodel Agwen Adechol and her wife Alexis appeared on the cover of what fashion mag that's French for she? Yeah, and I may not just tell you when I thought the word prohibited meant you were actually allowed to do something because it has the prefix pro in it. And like my child brain, I know it's ignorance. I shouldn't call my child brain dumb. It was just, I mean, like contextually, you would think that something that's pro is allowed, but no, English is weird. Anyway, moving on to question number 5. 4 years after a lesbian couple began the process of petitioning the Peoria High Court in 2006, what became the only African country to legalize a same-sex marriage? I should say Pretoria, not Peoria. It's not in upstate New York. Right? Pro is positive. Prolapse. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Maybe I should ask one of my favorite YouTube etymology nerds, subsequently called etymology nerd. Like, what is it supposed to mean? Oh, yeah. Peoria, Illinois, not upstate New York. Oh, my God. I don't know anything. What am I doing? Anywho, moving on to question number 6. Katkai Kolkes is Botswana's first trans public figure and the first Botswanan to be a fellow in what talkie media organization known for their ideas worth spreading? Pre-courting Toria. Right, Hacker Rusty, I like these rounds too. Like, my American person who can't pronounce things worth a damn doesn't like it, but you know, the edification of the round I do enjoy very much. I got that right. Alrighty, folks, moving along to your penultimate question of round number 4 out of Africa. You can learn about Queen Nzinga's harem of men in drag on Netflix's African Queens, narrated by what star of Girls Trip and a whole bunch of Madagascars? And finally, question number 8. Neither homophobia or misogyny respect Islamic ethics, said Algerian-born Iman Ludovic Mohammed Zayed in a 2012 article titled "Why I Want to Open a Gay-Friendly What?" in Paris. Your bonus question is the following. To honor the organizer of Africa's first Pride March, August 24th, 1989 was Simon Nicoli Day in what California city whose Pride Parade runs through the Embarcadero? Your bonus question one more time. To honor the organizer of Africa's first Pride March, August 24th, 1989, was Simon Nicoli Day in what California city whose Pride Parade runs through the Embarcadero? All right, it looks like a lot of folks are putting in the submissions and they are entered. So let's bounce over to your answers to round number 4. For question number 1, Frank Mugisha and author Benyagavnia Wainanya have both made what Red Border Magazine's 100 most influential list? That is Time Magazine. Or question number 2, with Prince still available on aperture.org, Nigerian Rotimi Fani Coyote was known for exploring queerness using photography. Question number 3, the first out Black lesbian to direct a feature film, Liberian-born Cheryl Dunye, has lately been behind the camera on the steamy Sanjaland period piece, Bridgerton. For question number 4, in 2020, South Sudanese supermodel Alguen Adechol and her wife Alexis appeared on the cover of Elle. For question number 5, 4 years after a lesbian couple began the process of petitioning the Pretoria High Court, in 2006, what became the only African country to legalize same-sex marriage? That would be South Africa. For question number 6, Katkai Kolkes is Botswana's first trans public figure and the first Botswanan to be a fellow in the talking media organization TED. For question number 7, you can learn about Queen Nzinga's Harem of Men in Drag on Netflix's African Queens, narrated by Jada Pinkett Smith. And finally, question number 8. Neither homophobia or misogyny respect Islamic ethics, said Algerian-born Iman Ludovic Mohammed Zayed in a 2012 article titled "Why I Want to Open a Gay-Friendly Mosque in Paris." And if you follow us at Geeks Who Drink on Facebook, that was the answer of the day. And now we're done with the regular scheduled program. Let's bounce on back to the bonus question. To honor the organizer of Africa's first Pride March, August 24th, 1989, was Simon Nicoli Day in what California city whose Pride Parade runs through the Embarcadero? That would be San Francisco. The inside outfit. Because it's National Mascot Day, and we kind of love those creepy things. So name the movies and TV shows these goofy suited characters are from. See you when we get back.
An anvil's black and shiny.
It's very heavy too.
So what's up, my chubby friend? Or one will fall on you.
On me?
That wasn't pretty.
But it had to be done.
Great song!
That thing is hot.
Howdy, f***ing ho, boys. Miss me?
Here. I'm cruising, man.
I want you to throw the next one at the mascot.
Why? I'm finally throwing it where I want to throw it.
Just throw it at the bull, all right?
He's got pinpoint control here tonight, Bull fan.
This guy's crazy.
Forget dental school. Aaron Cohen is never taking off this costume. I'm riding the Coney train straight to a career as a professional mascot.
Oh, it's the Cupid being.
Oh. Now it has arrows. That's safe.
Oh, it's from that cook with the long beard in the cafeteria. I guess when he said, "I'm gonna get you," he's meant chocolates.
Oh, a flower from Vaughn. He's away on a vision quest.
You got something on it?
Come to the Pizza Hut! We got chicken! We got booty! We got pizza! What more you asking for?
I get it now. I'm not a fan.
An anvil's black and shiny. It's very heavy too. So what's up, Macho Bee friend? Or one will fall on you.
On me?
That wasn't pretty.
Howdy f***ing ho, boys. Miss me?
Control here tonight, Bull fan.
This costume. I'm riding the Coney train straight to a career as a professional mascot.
I guess when he said, "I'm gonna get you," he's meant chocolates.
Oh, a flower from Vaughn. He's away on a vision quest.
We got chicken! We got booty! We got pizza! What more you asking for?
I get it now. I'm not a fan.
We're back with your answers to round 5 inside outfit. Hey, now that I know that's 17th is National Mascot Day. So let's get into your answers for round number 5. Number 1 is Animaniacs. Number 2 is Bullet Train. Number 3 is Ash versus Evil Dead. Number 4 is Bull Durham. Number 5 is Scream Queens. Number 6 is Community. Number 7 is Invader Zim. What more could you ask? That's Nightmare Fuel Invader Zim. And number 8 is Abbott Elementary. I am glad we got double Philadelphia representation, once with Gritty and twice with the fanatic on Scream Queens. So yeah, okay. Anywho, we're moving on to cool round number 6. And round number 6 is our first double point, or second double point round, I should say. For this one is called Butter My Butt, because I'll give you 2 clues, each worth a point. You can get the answer to the second clue by dropping 2 letters from the first. So if I ask, 53 years ago, Nixon launched the war on what? And what's the past tense of dig? You'd answer drugs and Doug. Alrighty, there we go. And there is your example, because we got rid of the R and the S from drugs to get you Doug. And that's the nature of the round. So good luck. And drug Doug. I feel you. Alrighty, folks, moving on to question number 1. To go with their balloon logo, what real estate company has the slogan above the crowd? And in Ronald Reagan's second term, he adopted a dog with what cliche kingly name? Drug Doug. You know what? There was a really special episode of Doug that dealt with eating disorders, because Patty was trying to get fit and everything, but she wasn't eating a lot. And it's interesting because, like, in the re-releases, at least with Disney's Doug on Disney Plus, they had like a call to a health center at the end of it, but they didn't put that in the they didn't put that in the one that they released to Disney Plus, which I guess they had their reasons. But anywho, moving on to question number 2. Kenny Baker reprised his role as what little droid for Disneyland's original Star Tours ride? And for your second point, on the Eras Tour, Taylor Swift dons a white t-shirt and black hat to sing what numerical jam? Patty, you hardly touched your chicken patty with mayonnaise. I remember Doug's crush on Patty resonated with me because I had a crush on a girl in my class the same way. And he also had like Quail Man, and I always had superhero like characters in my head growing up. So like Doug resonated with me a lot. Like that was like my hero when I was young. I was like, I get you. I just didn't have a dog until I got like a little older. But you know, pork chop was cute. Anywho, moving on to question number 3. Tell me what mediocre theater candy bills itself as the original malted milk balls. And because tradition, the U.S. Congress literally collects bills under consideration in what wooden box? Yeah, Skeeter was his friend's name, and I think it was short for mosquito. I forget. I don't know if they actually like answered that or not in the show, or not enough where I remember. But yeah. Valentino. Oh, okay, that's. Then how did he get the nickname Skeeter? Because now that I know from that one song what that means, like, was that getting crap past the radar, Doug? Hashtag side-eye? Anyway. As for question number 4, in 2016, the Curiosity rover found what 5th element on Mars? And that same year, what film was subtitled A Medea Halloween? And no, the answer isn't Lilu Dallas Multipass for this one. I wish it were, though. Oh, Skeeter's mom. You know what? I'm gonna have to just look that up. Skeeter Valentino. Okay. Like, did they ever come up with a full version of Killer Tofu from the Beats? Like, cause that was Mayor of Canada. Do not put the answers in chat, please. Alrighty, folks, moving along to question number 5. Archimedes said he could move the world with a long enough example of what simple machine? And what rapper did Hot Boys with Missy Elliott and Blow Your Mind from Gwen Stefani? Mayor of Canada, what are you doing? Okay, if you're new, and if you would like to play along, you can do ! answer sheet, and you can write it down there, and our lovely friend Jerry will grade them for you. Otherwise, no answers in the chat, because that's not how we do things here. But we welcome you, and thank you for watching. Okay. Okay, Mayor of Canada. Alrighty. Anyway, moving along to question number 6. Actually pretty peaceful. Who's Shaggy 2 Dope's partner in the Insane Clown Posse? And for your second point, what color has the shortest wavelength on the visible spectrum? Like that joke is actually kind of funny, but I'm also easily amused, so maybe I'm not like the best arbiter of like what's funny and what's not, but I get it. Anywho, moving along to your penultimate question of round number 6, question number 7. Whether it's prime or not, what M word means a line of longitude? And for your second point, the capital of Mexico's Yucatan state is named for what Spanish city that is home to the Lusitania Bridge? Yeah, I am very. Don't ever ask me to do try not to laugh challenge, because I'm gonna lose in like 5 seconds. Like I am too easily amused. Like. And finally, question number 8. A meme Twitter account tracks celebs who turn the exact age Wilford Brimley was when what sci-fi dramedy premiered? And Ice-T's wife and E! reality show co-star goes by what nickname? Jack, you wanna? I'm not trying to give people liver damage. Good God. Oh my goodness, that would be wild. Like, if you want to play that, like next time I host, y'all should play that. And I want to know how thoroughly sloshed you're gonna be by the end of it, right? Like one time I was in elementary school, and somebody said like, Chaz will laugh at anything. They're like, Chaz won't laugh at anything. Chaz won't laugh when you say say hi to them. And I couldn't keep it in. Like, it was just like them saying, oh, you won't laugh. And I'm just like, it wasn't even funny. I was just maybe slightly uncomfortable, but also just was amused by the fact that I could just laugh by someone saying hi. Like, when I tell you, it's hard. It's difficult. What the hell? Any whoosy whatsies. For your bonus question, half of the answers in this round are characters created by what iconic film studio that was once merely an arm of Lucasfilm? For question number 1, to go with their balloon logo, what real estate company has the slogan above the crowd? That would be Remax. And in Ronald Reagan's second term, he adopted a dog with what cliche kingly name? That would be Rex. And of course, that is a reference from Rex from Toy Story. Question number 2. Kenny Baker reprised his role as what little droid for Disneyland's original Star Tours ride? That is R2-D2. And on the Eras Tour, Taylor Swift dons a white t-shirt and black hat to sing what numerical jam? That is 22. And of course, that's a reference of 22 from Soul. Question number 3. The mediocre theater candy that bills itself as the original malted milk balls are Whoppers. And because tradition, the U.S. Congress literally collects bills under consideration in a wooden box called a hopper. And a hopper is from A Bug's Life. For question number 4. In 2016, the Curiosity rover found what fifth element on Mars? That would be boron. And that same year, what film was subtitled A Medea Halloween? That would be Boo. And of course, that's Boo from Monsters, Inc. For question number 5, Archimedes said he could move the world with a long enough example of what simple machine? That would be a lever or a lever. And what rapper did Hot Boys with Missy Elliott and Blow Your Mind with Gwen Stefani? That would be Eve, which is a reference to Eva from WALL-E. For question number 6, actually pretty peaceful. Shaggy 2 Dope's partner in the Insane Clown Posse is Violent J. And what color has the shortest wavelength on the visible spectrum? That would be violet. It has a reference to Violet Parr from The Incredibles. For question number 7, whether it's prime or not, what M word means a line of longitude? That would be meridian. And the capital of Mexico's Yucatan state is named for what Spanish city that's home to the Lusitania Bridge? That would be Merida. And Merida is from Brave. And finally, question number 8. A meme Twitter account tracks celebs who turned the exact age Wilford Brimley was in what sci-fi dramedy premiered? That would be Cocoon. And Ice-T's wife and reality show co-star goes by the nickname Coco. And that is a reference for Coco from Coco. And lastly, your bonus question once again. Half the answers in this round are characters created by what iconic film studio that was once merely an arm of Lucasfilm? That would be Pixar or Pixar Animation Studios.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Alrighty, folks, it is your final round of random knowledge, your final 16-point round of the night. But unlike the other 2 rounds where you got 2 points per correct answer, this one's a little different. On average, odd number questions are worth 1 point, and even number questions can be worth 2 through 4 points. So, let's boogie on bounce. Question number 1, worth 1 point. In honor of National Camping Month and National Bourbon Day, this year Tin Cup Whiskey is selling fragrant firewood made out of their used what? Moving along to question number 2, worth 2 non-Star Wars points. For point number 1, what company founded in the 30s didn't release their iconic red cups until the 70s? And during the pandemic, what online pet supply giant hit a market cap of over $48 billion? To question number 3, tonight's anagram question, fronted by Tunde Adebimpe. What Brooklyn indie band anagrams to Tooth Invader? I have not watched the Light and Magic documentary, but I want to now. I'm guessing it's on Disney Plus, given the whole. Wait, who is Industrial? I mean, I know Industrial Light and Magic. I know of Industrial Light and Magic, but I don't know the nuances of what company owns it, just like their relation to Star Wars and all that. So, assuming it is about Industrial Light and Magic, but I could be wrong. Oh, 6 episodes and how Star Wars was done. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Alrighty, folks, we're moving on to question number 4. This one is worth 3 points. I'll give you a loyalty program. You name the chain eatery. Your first one is Jack Pack. Your next one is Royal Perks. And lastly, Schmear Society. Okay, ILM is a part of Lucasfilm and owned by Disney now. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's where my brain went, but I just wasn't sure. Thank you. Thank you, GWD, for that answer. Alrighty, folks, moving on to question number 5, also worth 1 point. Set in the 21st century and featuring a new environmental inspector meeple, New Energies is the latest standalone spinoff of what board game? No, Lethal Corpse, is the last chance. No, it's the last chance. Is the last standalone spinoff? Oh no! I don't know what last is. What last is supposed to be here? Oh god! Oh god! I just heard that the Carcassonne people want the rights to the word people now. See that? I can see that. I can see that. But at least you're not like David Chang trying to copyright Chili Crisp. Anyway. Moving along to question number 6, worth 3 points. Is it in Europe or the USA? The Birmingham where Black Sabbath comes from. The Naples that calls itself the golf capital of the world. And the Paris with an underground sewer museum. To our penultimate question on tonight's quiz, question number 7. While writing about the upcoming 401k doomsday for this month's Harper's, Andrew Lipstein visited the headquarters of what V company that's leading the charge in index funds? Oh my God. Well, you're gonna need a 401k to afford all those 40k figurines, right? Right? It's like that's what my retirement should go to. Painting Warhammer figurines. V from the boys. No. It's not Compound V. It's V Company. Alrighty, folks, moving along to question number 8, worth 4 points. 3 with compass directions in their names, 2 named after a monarch and an island. Name any 4 of Australia's 6 federal states. If you've been watching Jetlag the game, they're currently in Australia, and you might know. If you're not watching Jetlag the game, this is not sponsored, but you should because it's fun. Hey, hell yeah, lethal chords, then they should know. Then they should know. Then they should know. I mean, Americans don't we don't learn global geography that much, to be honest with you. So, I can see why. Anywho, and it's time for your final bonus question on tonight's quiz. With the LA Times saying police are trying to piece the clues together, 2 SoCal suspects have recently stolen over $100,000 worth of what Danish building blocks. Your bonus once again with the LA Times saying police are trying to piece together clues. 2 SoCal suspects have recently stolen over $100,000 worth of what Danish building blocks. Who knows? Who knows? Alrighty, folks. I see some correct answers being submitted, so let's get into your answers for the final round of random knowledge. Question number 1. In honor of National Camping Month and National Bourbon Day, this year 10 Cup Whiskey is selling fragrant firewood made out of their used barrels, casks, bourbon barrels, whiskey barrels. If you put down barrels or something close to it, you got the answer. For question number 2, 2 non-Star Wars points. For point number 1, well, what company founded in the 30s didn't release their iconic red cups until the 70s? That would be Solo. And during the pandemic, the online pet supply giant that hit a market cap of over $48 billion is Chewy. Moving on to question number 3. Fronted by Tunde Adebimpe, the Brooklyn indie band that anagrams from Tooth Invader is TV on the radio. For question number 4, for 3 points, I gave you the loyalty program. You gave me the chain eatery. For Jack Pack, that would be Jack in the Box. For Royal Perks, that would be Burger King, or apparently Red Robin. And for Smear Society, the Einstein Bros Bagels. And for question number 5, set in the 21st century and featuring a new environmental inspector Meeple, New Energies is the lasted standalone spin-off of what board game? That would be Catan or Settlers of Catan if you're nasty. For question number 6, for 3 points, is it in Europe or the USA? The Birmingham where Black Sabbath comes from, that is Europe. The Naples that calls itself the golf capital of the world, that would be the USA. And the Paris with an underground sewer museum, that is Europe. And that is the UK, Florida, and France, respectively. For question number 7, while writing about the upcoming 401k Doomsday for this month's Harper's, Andrew Lipstein visited the headquarters of the Vanguard Group. And finally, question number 8 for 4 points. 3 of them with compass directions in their names, 2 named after a monarch, and 1 an island. You needed to give me 4 of Australia's 6 federal states. That is New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, and Tasmania. And I do know that the area that Canberra is in is technically its own region, but I don't believe it's a state. All right, and now to your bonus question. With the LA Times saying police are trying to piece together the clues. 2 SoCal suspects have recently stolen over $100,000 worth of Legos.